Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we've got an Age of Sigmar battle report for you, and today we're going to be playing a scenario from the Forbidden Power book called Penumbral Domain. This scenario has 4 objectives across the table, and based on what we roll at the start of the turn and how the Penumbral engine in the centre of the battlefield works, the objectives will be worth different points. 2 for the ones it activates, and 1 for the ones it doesn't activate during the turn. I'm going to be playing with the Kruleboyz, and my brother's going to be playing with the Stormcast Eternals in this battle report. So let's get cracking on and let's check out those armies. So here we have 1500 points of Stormcast Eternals. We're playing in the Astral Templar sub-faction, so no monstrous rampages will work on the army. And then we're going to have our general as the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger, going to have the Thundershock spell, and our Knight Incantor will have the Starfall spell. Artifact we're going to have is going to be the Amulet of Destiny on the Knight Arcanum, and then we're also going to have the command trait for an extra command point on the Knight Arcanum as well. Other than that, the entire army is wrapped up into a battle regiment, meaning it's a 1-drop, and the grand strategy will be hold the line. And here we have 1500 points of Kruleboyz. We've got our army here wrapped up with a command entourage containing these 3, and the rest is all in a battle regiment, meaning it's a 1-drop. So our general, the killer boss on Nashtooth, is going to have the super sneaky command trait. This will allow him to redeploy 1 unit. He's then going to have an Amulet of Destiny for a 6-up ward, and then he's also going to have the Smellion command trait as well. Spell here, we're going to have the Black Pit on our Shaman, though. You know, he'll probably always be giving poison out and never casting it, but you never know. And we've got our second artifact on the army, will be the Spiker Seeds on the Merknob with Belcher Banner. The rest of the army, pretty simple. As mentioned, all in a battle regiment, 2 units to 20 Hobgrots, 2 units to 10 Gut Rippers, and a unit of 6 Boltboys. We are playing in the Big Yellow sub-faction, and our grand strategy for the army will be hold the line as well. Before we get into the game, a shout out to our channel sponsors. Terrainheim is a local South Australian laser cut MDF producer that also does a bunch of acrylic work as well. You'll find our amazing Age of Sigmar 3rd edition trackers are available from Terrainheim, where we grab them, and also a bunch of terrain we use on the channel as well, including the City of the Damned, Lost Realms, and Defense Line Terror are all available from Terrainheim. A South Australian local store that supports all the local events fantastically, goes a long way to supporting our local community, and Terrainheim supports the channel amazingly as well. Mithras Games provides battle mats in the new sizes for Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Age of Sigmar, as well as custom battle mat sizes for games, smaller size of Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry and Kill Team, and 3x3 mats perfect for Elder Scrolls, Call to Arms, and Marvel Crisis Protocol. A fantastic company out in New Zealand, Mithras Games have higher quality mousepad style mats that will make your gaming tables look all the better for having them on them. And so armies are deployed for the Kruleboyz. We have the Hobgrots down in front of our Gut Rippers, 2 lines of Hobgrots in front of the Gut Rippers, both our killer bosses over there, and they've got the Shaman and the Boltboys and the Belcher Banner sitting in the centre. Across the other side of the table, we've got Sequitors on both flanks with the Lord Arcanum, along with the Evocators on that side, and the Knight Incantor backing them up here. The Lord of Ordinata and the Celestar Ballista in the back, along with the Vanguard Hunters zoning out the backboard. And the Vanguard Raptors are in the Storm. And so, start of the game, we're going to use our Dirty Trick as well. We get to roll 3 dice. We're going to go with Covered in Mud. And so, we got no 4 pluses, so nothing will work with our Dirty Trick. And then our super sneaky command trait, the Hobgrots have appeared on the flank of the Stormcast Eternals. First turn is getting chosen by the Kruleboyz as they finish deploying first, and they are going to choose to go first in this game. And so now we need a roll to see how the Penumbral engine is working this turn. Will be the Orrery of Obfuscation. If we roll, it'll be the horizontal objectives will be worth 2 points, and then the Orrery of Illumination will mean the vertical objectives are worth 2 points this turn. The other objectives will be worth 1. So on a 1 to 3, it's Obfuscation. On a 4 to 6, it is Illumination. 4 to 6 Illumination, so that means our vertical objectives are going to be worth a point. And if you've got an unit within 12 inch at the start of the turn, which neither of us will due to how the objectives are of the Penumbral engine, so nothing will happen to any of us this turn, as it would have given us a free command point otherwise. So into hero phase. And so we've got no reason to put poison out this turn, as our Boltboys are out of range. So for this turn, we're actually going to cast a spell with the Shaman, and we're going to go Mystic Shield on the unit of Gut Rippers up here to begin with. So try and go. You've got a 9 to cast. So Mystic Shield on the Gut Rippers there. No Stormcast Wizards were in range. Heroic actions, our general, this one here is going to try and generate a command point for himself, which he does not. And so you're going to try on your Lord Arcanum to roll a command point as well. You don't either. And with that all done, that is the end of the hero phase, so it's time for some movement for the Kruleboyz. And so the Kruleboyz have all moved up. Hobgrots in the line here have moved up, along with the Gut Rippers, Boltboys and Shaman behind them. And then on the other flank, the Killer Bosses, along with the Gut Rippers and the Belcher Banner, are running over there for some magical protection. We also ran the Hobgrots that outflanked up here, and we're going to go into some shooting, and Hobgrots will be shooting that Cellstar Ballista. And so Hobgrots now shooting into the Cellstar Ballista. So Cellstar Ballista is going to use all-out defense. So Hobgrots hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. And so thanks to all-out defense, a 3-up save on the Cellstar Ballista. So you're going to take just 2 wounds. And that'll be it for the turn. I'm going to score 2 for controlling one of the vertical objectives, and then 1 for controlling the horizontal objective for the turn. Alrighty, so start of the turn, heroic action for the Stormcast Eternals. The Lord Arcanum is going to try and generate a command point on a 4+. He does, so he's got heroic leadership, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put it on my Shaman. Does not. So we're going to start with the Knight Incantor for magic for the turn. She's going to roll 2 dice and try and cast Arcane Bolt on a 5+. Just goes off. I might as well try my Dispel on that with the Shaman now. So I need a 6, which I just get. So she won't get her Arcane Bolt for the turn. On to the next wizard. Your Lord Arcanum is going to try Mystic Shield on one of the units near it. Gives you 2 and 3, which will be a 5. It'll succeed. Which unit's going to get +1 save? The Evocators? Nice. And the Evocators will try Empower on themselves, which they fail on a 3. So that will be that. With that said, it's time for movement for the Stormcast Eternals. So Stormcast Eternals, movement phase is done. Units move up over here, and your line moves up over on the side. Meanwhile, down here, the Vanguard Hunters have redeployed with their Astral Compass, and the Vanguard Raptors have come down from the skies above, ready to shoot me in the back. With that, it's time for some shooting. Alright, so Cellstar Ballista is going to shoot those pesky Hobgrots behind it, so 2d6 shots for rapid fire for 7. And so thanks to the Ordinator, it'll be hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. 2. And so 2 Hobgrots die from that. So Vanguard Hunters are going to shoot into the Shaman. He will be -1 to hit, but he's going to use all-out attack to give himself +1 to hit. So it will be 4s to hit with them. And 3s to wound, I believe. 4s to wound? Cool. So that'll be 3. Now I've put up all-out defense, so -1 from your end will take me back to my 5-up save, of which I pass 2 of them, so I take a wound. And so the Vanguard Raptors are also going to target the Shaman, so they'll need 4s to hit. Any 6s explode? No 6s. And wounding on 3s, so that'll be 3 more saves. -1 again, is it?
No.
So no Ren, so these will be a 4-up save, which I failed too, so we'll take another 2, putting me on 3. I survive your little Alpha Strike for now. Alright, so any charges across the table for the Stormcast? And so Sequitors are going to charge 2d6. Let's see how far they can go. That'll be a 7. That should see them in. Encanter will try as well. She does need a decently long charge. 6 won't do it for her. Can use a reroll if you want. And so yeah, we've got plenty spare. So reroll an 8. Ooh, that's going to be close. And so Sequitors are piled in. They've chosen to empower their weapons. 7 attacks from their great maces. Will give them exploding hits thanks to a power. So that's going to be needing 3s to hit. So that'll be 2 additional hits. And 3s to wounds. So that is 4. And all-out defense will mean I have a 6-up save against these, of which I save none. And so that will be 8 dead so far. And so the other 2, 3s to hit with their normal maces. That's an extra 2 hits in there, but 3. So you're going to have 5 attacks coming in to wound on 3s. For another 5, this will mean 5 armor saves. 6s, past 1, so another 4 dead Hobgrots. So Hobgrot Slithers have piled in and they will attack back. We are going to need 4s to hit. 6s do explode for us. And 5s to wound. You'll need 3 armor saves on your Sequitors of a 4+. Fail all 3. Ouch. And so 2 dice rolling for the exploding Stormcast. No mortal wounds on it. And so Battle Shock for the turn. We're going to use the Shaman here. He is within 12 of the unit. So auto pass on the Hobgrots here. We'll take our Battle Shock test on the Hobgrots over there. They lost 2, plus 1 is 3 under their bravery of 4. And the Sequitors only lost a single model, so that means that nothing will happen to them as they can't possibly fail that Battle Shock test. And so with that, they're going to score 3 points for the Stormcast as well this turn. And so it'll be priority for turn 2. Kruleboyz got a 5. Stormcast got a 3. Kruleboyz are going to take the turn. We got some Stormcast to deal with. And so we are going to go, first of all, let's get some command points. Our general is going to try and generate a command point on a 4+. He does not. Your general will try as well on a 4+. Does. Heroic leadership for you. Rest of the hero phase, pretty simple. Shaman is going to give the poisons out to the Bolt Boys, and that will be our hero phase, so we'll go into movement. Also, before we forget, seeing what the Penumbral engine does this turn on a 2, that will be, and so it'll be the Orrery of Obfuscation this turn. So it'll be these 2 objectives here worth 2 this turn, and these 2 objectives worth 1. And any unit wholly within 12 inch will get reroll save rolls of 1. And so Hobgrots starting off our shooting phase after all the movement is done across the table, just moving up the lines. We are going to need 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. We have 3 wounds on the Cellstar Ballista, so these will be on a 5-up save. Fails them all, so it'll go up to 5 wounds taken. 8 Hobgrots here, shooting, needing 4s. And 3s to wound. 2 wounds on these Sequitors, so 5-up saves again. Fail both. That'll be another dead Sequitor. 2 dice, you get to explode. 6s do mortals. 1, you explode and kill one of the Hobgrots back. And so Bolt Boys got to move, so they're going to have their hasty shots. Shooting at the Vanguard Raptors, looking for 5s and 6s for those mortals. That will be 1, 2. That'll be the... I'm pretty sure that's them dead. This is mystical though. And so 3s to wound though on the shots that did hit. So you'll have that many armor saves. So you have 5 armor saves to make first of all. So these will be on a 4-up save. Past 1 of them. And you're going to have 4 plus that, so 8. So 16 damage on them. 6s from mystical. You rolled 1. So they are gone. And so we're going to go into charge. We'll start with a killer boss here into the Raptors. He'll be in with an 8.
Unleash Hell.
So he's chosen Unleash Hell with his Vanguard Raptors, so 5s to hit. That's a pretty good roll there. Wow, that's a really good roll. And 4s to wound. that sort of balanced it out. Armor save and passed them both as well. We will then charge the Hobgrots in with a 6. Our Gut Rippers here are going to try their scare tactics on the Evocators. So that will actually succeed, and the Evocators will be -1 to hit. So Gut Rippers are going to charge now with a 4. So we want to spend a command point for a reroll here for a 9. Our Killer Boss will charge in alongside them with a 10. He will have to take Deadly though, so Deadly Terrain. Oh, he rolls a 1 and takes a wound. And then our Belcher Banner will also charge with a 10 as well, so he'll get in up here. So that charge looks like that. Lastly, we've got the Gut Rippers here using their scare tactics, first of all, on the Sequitors. That will not succeed, so then they will charge with a 9. And so, start of the combat phase, he's going for shields down here to empower, and then up here he will go for empower weapons. And so, going here first with the Gut Rippers, so it's going to be 3 into the Sequitors, hitting on 4s, 6s do mortal, so that's 1 mortal, and 2 hits, wounding on 4s, for 1. 1 armor save on your Sequitors, for 4+, succeeds, so just a wound on the Sequitors. And then the rest of the 7 are going into the Evocators. The Evocators are going to... So we've got 4s to hit. Oh, that is 3 mortal wounds straight up. And 4s to wound. Just 2 armor saves on your Evocators of a 3+. Save both, or 1 Evocator will still fall down. So 1 dead Evocator, 3 wounds back at the Gut Rippers. You do a mortal back to me as well. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the Lord Arcanum going into the Killer Boss. So we've got 4 attacks with the Aphis Dave, 3s to hit. 3 hits, and 3s to wound. 3 wounds. So it'll be 3 armor saves, -1, so these will be on a 4-up save on the Killer Boss. Saved them all. And then you've got 3 attacks with your Razor Beaks and Claws, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, and wounding on 3s. 1, this will be Ren 2, so it'll be a 5-up, which a save as well. Alrighty, so General is now going to go into the Evocators as well. So we are needing 2s to hit because we charged. So it'll be 3s hits, and 3s to wound. 2 wounds, -1 on your Evocator, so it'll be 4-up saves. Failed 1, and you're going to take 2 damage from that. And then 4 attacks from our Bone Crushing Fangs from the Gnash Tooth. 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. 1 at -2, so this will be a 5-up save. Fail that, take another 2 damage. And so 1 more explodes against the Gut Rippers again. 1 more dice, 3 dice. Nothing. So Sequitors over here going next. 7 attacks, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. 2. There'll be -1, so we've got a 6-up save, which we save 1 but 2, so that takes a Gut Ripper down. We'll go to the Gnash Tooth down here next. So the Rider hitting on 2s because he charged. So that'll be 2 mortals. And then wounding on 3s. So 1 armor save on your Vanguard Hunters to pass, but that will be just 1 dead straight. And then we'll have 4 attacks from the Mount, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 3s. Just 1 more, -2 this time. That one will fail. So we'll now have 2 Mysticals. So 2, start off with 6-ups. Passed neither, so that will kill these 2 models here. That will be 4 dice to explode with though. 62 mortals. Nothing. And so the Ballista's crew is going to attack the Hobgrots. 4 attacks, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. 2, and that's going to kill 2 Hobgrots. Murknob's Belcher Banner will go off as well. So this will be rolling a dice. On a 1, it does nothing. And then he will attack. So 3 attacks. That'll straight up do 2 mortals to the Sequitors. And then he will need a 3 to wound, which he will. So 1 armor save needed. Which will not pass because it'll be -1. So it's going to be 4 damage. So it's going to kill 2 Sequitors. 4 dice though, rolling into the Merc Knob. Nothing. And so the Ordinator's going 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. So it'll be 3 hits and wounding on 3s. And there'll be Ren, so there'll be another 4 dead Hobgrots. And so Gut Rippers attacking those Sequitors, needing 4s to hit, so that's 1 mortal, and 4s to wound. So that'll be 4 armor saves, who need a 4-up on them. All saved, and then 1 5-up ward for the mortal wounds, which you fail, which will kill 1 Sequitor. And so from the exploding Sequitor, 2 dice, no mortals. And so Evocators have piled in 4 attacks each. This will mean you get 13 attacks all up. And so, thanks to their -1 to hit from the scare tactics from the Gut Rippers, they are going to be 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. So, these will all be -1. So, these are going to be 6-up saves on the Gut Rippers. Save 2, but that'll be 3 damage. So, that'll kill 2 Gut Rippers. And then roll 2 dice for each Evocator. So, 6 dice in total. Every 4-up is a mortal wound. Another 2, so that'll kill another Gut Ripper. And so Hobgrots are going to go into the Cellstar Ballista. We are needing 4s to hit, 6s explode. And then 5s to wound. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saves needed on the Cellstar Ballista. So 7 4-ups. 1, 2, 3, taken to 8. He's alive on a wound. And so, Sequitors are piled into the Belcher Banner. 7 attacks, hitting on 3, 6 explode. No explodes, but everything does hit. And then needing 3s to wound. It's decent. 6 armor saves. These will all be at -1, so that is certainly a fail, and the Belcher Banner is dead. And so, Hobgrots piled into the Sequitors. We are needing 4s to hit, 6s explode, no explodes, and just 4 hits. 5s to wound, 1 wound on the Sequitors, and passed. So 7 attacks from the Vanguard Hunters, 4s to hit, and 3s to wound. So decent wound roll, so 4-up armor save on the killer boss there. Only passed 1, but I will get 6-ups for Mystical. Mystical save, 6-ups. Passed another 2, so I take 3. With that, that's combat. So we've got a lot of Battle Shock to do across the table. So Battle Shock for the Kruleboyz. We're going to take the Battle Shock there. So we'll roll and see what we do. We lost a couple of Gut Rippers. A 1 means we actually won't lose any because we only lost 4 models. That's fine. Over here, we'll do the same. We only lost 1 model. 3, 4, that's under our bravery. And we'll auto-pass on the Hobgrots up there. And that is it, because we didn't lose any this turn on those ones. Alrighty, so Battle Shock, Evocators is going to get auto-passed. And then those Sequitors up there, a 6 is all that you care about. You're fine just here. On a 6, you'll lose 2, because you lost 3. So that takes you up to 9, -2, 7... Sorry, and completely incorrect, Matt. That'll just be 1 model fleeing from there. And then here, 1, you're fine. And that's it for Battle Shock. Kruleboyz. I think I'm actually going to take that objective up there as well, potentially. And so, with that, we're going to score 1 here. Well, 2 here, sorry. 1 and 2. No, sorry. 2, 1, and 1 this turn. Meaning we'll get 4 points for the turn for the Kruleboyz. Alright, so turn 2 for the Stormcast Eternals. Your general is going to be using his finest hour. And I'm going to elect to try and generate a... I'm going to actually do heroic healing on the shaman over here. So we'll roll 2d6. 9, that's over his bravery. Nothing for me, but you've got finest hour on your general. Magic wise for the turn, your general, let's start with him. So your general is going to be using Arcane Bolt. That goes off on a 7. I might try and dispel that, see where I can. With a 9, I do. Evocators will cast Empower upon themselves. They will get it this turn. There's nothing I can do about it. And Knight Incantor, she will cast Mystic Shield on herself. So go for it. And she gets it, so she's going to have Mystic Shield on herself. With that, it's time for some movement for the Stormcast Eternals. Movement was pretty quick for the Stormcast Eternals. Just retreating out that Sequitur, hopefully going to try and get a rally this turn. Other than that, everyone remains, so time for some shooting. So 6 shots into the killer boss here. Needing 4s to hit, I believe. And roll to wound as well. It'll be 2 wounds. So these are -1, so 4-up saves. Passed them both. Celestar Ballista will have 2d6 shots for 7. Hitting on 4s. And 3s to wound. Nothing from the Celestar Ballista. That's it for the shooting. So no charges for this turn. So we'll go straight into combat. And so Evocators are going to attack those Gut Rippers. We're needing 3s to hit. And 2s to wound, because even power gives them +1 to wound. So that'll be 5 at -1. So 6s. None. So that is 5 damage to the Gut Rippers so far, then 6 dice. Every 4-up is immortal. So it is 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will kill 4 Gut Rippers. So Gut Rippers are going to attack the Evocators back. Needing 4s to hit, that'll be 2 mortal wounds straight up. And 4s to wound, nothing. So 2 mortal wounds will kill the Evocator. You'll get to roll 3 dice for him to explode. 6s, nothing. And so Vanguard Hunters into the killer boss, 7 attacks. 4s to hit, and 3s to wound. It'll be 3 at -1, so 3 4-up saves. And a 6-up ward. Take another wound. -4. Hobgrot's going to put all their attacks into that ballista, so -4s to hit, 6s explode. And so we need 5s to wound. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds on the ballista. 6 4-up saves. And he has failed, so he's going to die. And so the Celestar Ballista will get removed, but he's going to use the final Thunderstrike Holy Command. So 9 dice, 5s do mortals. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 mortal wounds. So 4 Hobgrots die as well. And so 3 Sequitors, 7 attacks for them into the last remaining Gut Rippers up here. Needing 3s to hit. 6s explode this round, so you're going to get 1 extra hit in there. And then 3s to wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4 armor saves needed. So these are going to be on 6s. Nothing, and that will kill the last remaining Gut Rippers. And so, General, I'm going to go into your Evocators. 3s to hit with my sticker. Just 2. And 2s to wound. 3s to wound, sorry. 1 at -1 on your Evocators. That'll fail, so that'll be 2 wounds. And the mount will hit 3 times. Wound 3 times, so 3 at -2. That'll fail all of them. So that'll be another 6, 7, 8. Plus the 1 that was already there, so that's going to be 9 and kill your Evocators. So 6 dice from the 2 dead Evocators then. You'll do 2 mortals. So on 6s, I don't care. Nope, take 2 wounds on him. So Lord Arcanum now going with his finest hour. So he's going to be 3s to hit with 4 attacks from his Aether Stave. 3 hits. And then 3s to wound. Just 1. 4 up. failed D3 damage. Sorry, it's just damage 2 now. So 2 6-up wards. Fail both. Take me to 4. And then 3 attacks with his razor beak and claws. 2 hits on 3s. And 3s to wound. For 2 at -2. So both fail. Damage 1 though, so 6-up wards. Passed 1, so he takes another one, going to 5. Wherever the 5 is on that dice. There. So, Killer Boss fighting here. Needing 3s, 2 hits, and 3s. 1 wound, 1 armor save at -1. 1 fail, so that's 2 damage. Going to kill one of them. And then 4 attacks. All hit with a mount. 3 at -2, so these are 3 6-ups. And those 2 will die as well. So 6 dice into him. Does 2 mortal wounds. Takes him. But I will get mystical from that. So 6s. Past none, and he goes up to 6. And so the Ordinator is going to pile in as well. So he's got 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wow, that is just 6 mortal wounds straight there. And then 3s to wound. Nothing but 6 die just from him coming in with his hammers. And so, end of the turn, Stormcast are going to score 3 points. So, let's go into priority for turn 3. 3 for the Kruleboyz, and a 5 for Stormcast. They're going to get to take the turn. And so, for the turn, Stormcast turn will start with heroic action, can do heroic leadership on their general. Getting it on a 4+. No, they do not get it for the turn. I'm going to go with Finest Hour on my Killer Boss up here, my general up here now. And then going into magic, the Knight Incantor here is going to try and use Mystic Shield on herself. Which she gets. I will try and dispel that. Which I do with a 12. And then Arcane Bolt with your Lord Arcanum. Goes off. And then, before your hero phase ends, a rally on the Sequitors. So 4 dice. Every 6 is a Sequitor back. That's 8 Sequitor back to the units. And end of the turn, you're going to get to do D3 mortal wounds with your Arcane Bolt. So D3 for 2. 6-up wards, thanks to Amulet of Destiny. Pass 1, so I take another wound on my general there. Last thing we forgot to do as well, see where the objectives are lying on a 1. It's going to be the long way ones again. And so, movement all done. Sequitors and the Incantor move up here, and you take the objective with these Sequitors over there. Charge time, as there's no shooting, your Sequitors charging to begin with. Getting a 5, so they'll get in. And then your Incantor, anything but a double 1. It's a double 1, so you've got the command points though to re-roll. You get it that time. Happens all the time. We say don't roll double 1s, we roll double 1s. And so, Sequitors are going to fight first. They're going to have their exploding attacks. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks coming out of them. And so that is going to be 5 hits in total, because that while that misses, it's going to give you the extra 1 thanks to your 6. And then 3s to wound. Oh, that is 3. So 6 ups. Past none, that is 3 dead Gut Rippers. And so Gut Rippers, all the attacks into the Incantor then. She takes 2 mortals to begin with. I'm going to get 4 other hits. Wounding on 4s, just 1 wound to take on her. Which she passes, so she just takes 2. And so, Lord Arcanum attacking the general, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s with your all-out attack, so 3 hits. And wounding on 3s. 1. An armor save. That'll pass thanks to Finest Hour. Now 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Your beak and claws, and wounding on 3s. 2, these will be Ren 2, so it'll be a 4-up. Pass both. 2 Hobgrots into the Ordinata over there. It'll be 2 hits and no wounds. The Incantor, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. And wounding on 3s. 1, 6 up. Nope, and D3 damage. Oh no, it's just 2 damage now. Keep thinking the old War Scroll. So it kills another Gut Ripper. Killer Boss over here. All hit. No mortals though, unfortunately. And 2 wounds at -1 on your Arcanum. Pass both, and then the attacks from the mount. 2 hits. 1 wound, -2. 3, that'll fail actually. So 2 damage on you. Then the Ordinata piling into those Hobgrots. 5 attacks, only hits twice. Wounding on 3s. Got 1, but that is 2 damage, so that will kill the unit off. And then we've got our Hobgrots here. So we've got 7 of them fighting. Hitting on 4s. 6s explode. And then wounding on 5s. Oh, that's decent. So there's going to be 4 wounds on your Sequitors. 4 up save. There's 3 wounds in them. So 1 will explode. 2 dice. Nothing. And then that one will take a wound. End of the turn. It'll be 5 points scored for the Stormcast. Putting them up by 4 points. But it is the Kruleboyz' turn next. I'm going to auto pass the Gut Rippers there for a Battle Shock. And that is all I need to do. Going into my turn, we're going to give the poison to the Boltboyz, and then we'll go into movement. So, movement all done. Boltboyz, Killer Boss, move up on that side, and then we're going to go with the Hobgrot shooting into that Sequitor. So, 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 -1 armor save. That'll fail, and that'll be a dead Sequitor. 2 dice, 6s do mortals, nothing. And so, Boltboyz are going to shoot the Sequitors here. 5s do mortals, which we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. We got 2 hits. And no wounds. Absolutely nothing from the Boltboyz that round. 0 damage. Charges then. We're going to charge the Killer Boss then, because we're going to need to. He's in with an 11. And then the Boltboyz are charging as well with a 6. We'll go with the Killer Boss here first of all. So he hits all of them, and then 3s. Just 1 at -1. Saved. And his mount hits twice. Wounds once. That'll be -2, so 4, it'll be 2 damage, so 2 5-up wards. Take 1 damage, that will kill a Sequitor, which will explode. 2 dice against the Boltboyz. Nothing again. So at the Arcanum, I'm going to use all out defense here, and all out attack, so 4 attacks, 2s to hit. All hit, 3s to wound. 2 wounds, 3 up save. Save both. 3 attacks from your mount. All hit. 3s to wound. 2 at rend 2, so these are 4 ups. Save both as well. Boltboyz going now into the Sequitors. 5s do mortals. So there's 1, 2, 3 mortals so far. 2 hits. 1 wound, so 1 armor save. Passed, and then 3 ward saves of a 5+. Passed both, so take a wound. Knight Incantor into the Gut Rippers, so 3 attacks from her. Hits once. Wounds. Saves on the Gut Ripper. So Gut Ripper's back at her. That is 1, 2 mortals, and 2 other. So she's only got a wound left after that. Nothing, so she stays alive on a wound. Alright, so 5 attacks from the Sequitors there into the Boltboyz. That will be 4 hits. And then 3 to wounds. 2. They'll go straight through and kill 2 Bolt Boys. So Hobgrots into the Incantor. We are needing 4s to hit, 6s explode. So we only got 1 explode in there. And then 5s to wound. So that is 1, 2 armor saves on a 3+. She fails 1 and she dies. Just the boss left to attack. That'll be 2 mortal wounds straight away. And the rest hit. 2 wounds at -1 on your Arcanum. Failed that. So that'll be 4 damage, so it'll take you up to 6. And Mount's going, hitting on 3s. 2 at -2. Failed that, that's 2 damage, and that'll be the Arcanum dead as well. And so, priority now for turn 4. I got a 6, you got a 3. Kruleboyz are going to take the turn, and that's that. There's not much you can do. We're going to get him and get them pretty easy. They'll have both killer bosses into them. That wraps up the game. Good game. Victory to the Kruleboyz. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and turn those bell notifications on so you don't miss a beat when we upload new stuff to the channel. Lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel in another way, you can do so either by helping support the channel on Patreon or YouTube members. This allows us to continue to make new content for the channel, exploring other game systems outside of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, like we have started to with things like Elder Scrolls: A Call to Arms and Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings and Warhammer 40,000, and it helps us just continue to make more Age of Sigmar content as well. Thank you to, though, everyone who has helped support, and we'd like to give them all a shout out to our patrons. First of all, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, and Samuel. And to our YouTube members as well, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny Lockloric, The Journey 84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Sean Scott, and Diplomat. And a special thank you, of course, to, first of all, Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel you see here, and to Xmorphic, who does all the awesome background work on our Discord server, keeping that nice and running properly for us all. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against Grey. Ciao for now.